Hello, my name is Abby Malone, and this is Invest Insights, where we interview executives who are shaping our communities today. In today's episode, I speak with Dr. Maria Cristina Regueiro, the President and CEO of Florida National University. Maria, how has the experience of handling the pandemic months prior to the Fall B 2020 semester helped to inform and adapt the way that you're administrating your curriculum in both the virtual, in-person, and hybrid platforms?
Basically, as we all know, the most challenging part of all this is the careers, the programs, the degrees in allied health and nursing. And that is because those students, aside from their normal didactic lessons, they have to go through clinical rotations. And those clinical rotations require that they go to hospitals. And right now, hospitals are very concerned because they are attending to the COVID-19 patients. So what have we done? We have been basically work with different providers in the educational field to provide simulations on clinicals. So the students will be able to adapt. And it's really amazing because we have dental technology, which is a very hands-on program, or respiratory therapy aside from nursing. And all of those programs require the interaction of the students one-on-one. So when you're talking about online, and we're not really doing much hybrid because of all the restrictions that the students have to go through, what we have requested of the publishers in higher education is, or in the area of higher education, is that they provide simulations that will really prepare the students to be ready to go to the workforce and make sure that they do have the experience required. But it's only a percentage of those clinical rotations that the Department of Health will allow for students to do on a simulation basis. And of course, you have simulation labs where you have all kinds of sophisticated equipment that the students will have many times more than the same experience that they will have with a patient. But at the end of the day, they must have physical experience at hospitals in order to accomplish the hours that are required for clinicals. So they're going to have to wait some time. Even though we need them a lot, they have to wait to fulfill those hours.
What opportunities and innovations do you see stemming from the experience of this pandemic to benefit the higher education sector overall, as well as Florida National University?
I think that we have learned far more because we were offering online and hybrid prior to the pandemic. But now we have had to become more effective when dealing with the students, and the engagement that faculty and students have is far superior than we had before. And the faculty has become very creative in order to ensure that they are in fact helping the students to overcome whatever challenges. And it could be that you're taking a math class and you're telling your professor, listen, I'm watching everything, I'm looking at these videos, I'm doing everything you're asking, but I still do not understand. And then you have a faculty member that will say, okay, wait 10 minutes. And I'm going to send you some video that is going to help you understand, because I have a board and I'm going to be, just addressing the issues that we have. So we have been able to personalize far more the teaching online and hybrid than we had before.
Maria, what has this experience taught you about the perceived ceiling of virtual higher education learning? And have you seen a significant growth in any of your degree programs at this time?
I have mixed emotions about that. I hear that many individuals or there are several institutions of higher learning that have seen a high growth of enrollment in online or distance learning. But no, we have seen somewhat of an increase when we're talking about enrollment for programs online, but online is not for everyone. Many people, even though we have had to, and they have had to basically adhere to what we have been handling, you see that there are students that really struggle very much handling their courses online. So we have seen individuals that do far better than they ever thought they were going to see, but a huge enrollment or a peak in enrollment for online, no, we haven't seen that. We have seen an increase because of the environment, but it's not that, online you can have an unlimited number of students if you have adequate resources, but that has not been the case.
During the summer, FNU announced that it would be offering a COVID-19 online student scholarship program for fall of 2020. How was this program received, and has it helped retain enrollment figures?
We compared 6 months of 2020 versus 6 months of 2019. We really started feeling the effects of this pandemic back in March. And we realized that more than 60% of the students that were dropping from their programs was due to the fact that they were having financial problems. And that is the reason why the institution, in order to help the students that were having financial difficulties, offered the COVID-19 scholarship so that they could, in fact, benefit from that scholarship if they applied. Not everyone needed to have a COVID-19 scholarship, but there were many students that were able to benefit, and they were able to start or continue with their enrollment because they were able to have a financial relief with the COVID-19.
What are some of the other initiatives that FNU is spearheading to help combat the financial challenges that have been brought on by this pandemic?
You know, the US Department of Education with the CARES Act provided the students funding in order to help them with their financial obligations. So right there, you had something that, you know, the students were not even expecting. We came up with a, you know, the solution of helping the students that needed the financial help with the COVID-19 scholarship. And then we went ahead and analyzed the conditions of every student that we were enrolling or that were here before to ensure that we were applying whatever scholarships or whatever efforts. But it's funny, you know, we have a graduate certificate in academic advising, and we offer that free of charge, basically because we heard that there were so many issues teachers in K through 12 had to handle, and we were not going to charge them 1 penny. And you know what? We had 2 takers. So not only was the money, it was the mental conditions that individuals had to face during the pandemic and all the side effects because the children were at home or they have sick parents or they have other individuals that they had to help. So even though we were trying to create different initiatives, people were not even taking it because they were so concerned with their health, the health of their family and everything else that even when it was completely free of charge, they didn't accept the challenge of having the responsibility of, obviously, the fact that they were not paying did not mean that they were not going to have to make the grade. So that was something that we had it available. So it's not always money. it's a series of conditions that will affect the environment that the students have to face, or the prospective students have to face, when they're going to make a commitment to obtain any kind of credentials in an institution of higher learning.
Maria, obviously the last number of months have been incredibly challenging for students, for faculty, for administrators. What have these months taught you personally about resilience?
One of the things that not only me, but all of our people, I tell them all the time, we need to keep thinking and using our neurons at all times, because we have to find alternative ways to deliver and accomplish the needs of our students to help them be successful. And you need to find the ways with things that are not even academically oriented, because they say, okay, so I only have one computer and my child is using that computer and I don't have money to buy another computer. What am I going to do? But you needed to find a way to resolve those issues and find solutions so that they could accomplish their goals. Some kids that were given computers from their different schools, they not always work the way they should. So it was computers, it was the bandwidth, it was many different aspects that we had to overcome in order for them to be successful. So we have tried very hard to work with the needs of our students that were very diverse.
Well, thank you again. That was Dr. Maria Cristina Regueiro, the President and CEO of Florida National University. My name is Abby Malone, and you've been watching Invest Insights. Thanks for tuning in. Hey everyone, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so that you can stay up to date on the latest business trends from our knowledgeable experts. Be sure to check out the description below for more information on the segment you just watched. Thanks for tuning in.